How do you even start a video like this? Wikipedia is the world's greatest free resource for anything you could ask for, with each page including hundreds of links to other pages that give you insight into the funny blue word you just clicked on. Because of this, Wikipedia is incredibly easy to get lost in at 5 in the morning going through articles, so I thought, if I'm already doing that plenty, might as well turn it into content, because who gives a shit anymore? Okay, this is the one that I was actually on at 5 a.m. last night. Color, or color in Commonwealth English. When I checked this last night, it was red, and I don't know why it was red. I actually, hold on, let me pull up my phone, because it might still be red on my phone. Ah, yeah, of course, you can see. I ended up on orange. I ended up on fruits. Yeah. What the hell? Why are you red? Color, or color in Commonwealth English, is the visual perception produced by the activation of the different types of cone cells in the eye caused by light. For most humans, visible wavelengths of light are the ones perceived in the visible light spectrum, with 3 types of cone cells, trichromacy. Other animals may have a different number of cone cells or have eyes sensitive to different wavelengths, such as bees that can distinguish ultraviolet. Did you know bees? Spectral colors? Ghosts. I knew it. I knew the stupid ghosts were up to something. They were inventing new colors for us to see. Spectral colors. Did you know that if you take a ghost and put it in front of a color background, it creates a new special kind of color because of the way that the ghosts make the light move? The familiar colors of the rainbow in the spectrum. Spectrum? I fucking knew those ghosts were up to something. You can't just take the entire light spectrum. Is that where your name comes from? Named using the Latin word for ghost! Apparition! Oh my god! Apparition. I fucking knew it. I knew it. So you're telling me that ghosts, the things that don't exist anymore. So you're telling me that ghosts, which are made from people who lose their light and their color, that's what death means, are the ones that are setting all the colors in motion? Now this is just unfair. It's just unfair to me as an alive person to have to deal with the colors made by ghosts. Although it does mean that ghosts are also responsible for colors. And I mean, if ghosts created blue, then sure, fine, whatever, I guess we're even. It always comes back to Isaac Newton. It always comes back to 1671. Too much happened in 1671. Include all those colors that can be produced by visible light of a single wavelength only. The pure spectral or monochromatic colors. White and black. I know technically monochromatic means a color, and the correct term should be achromatic to explain like black or white. But like, why do people use monochrome? Why does monochrome mean black and white to people? Because this is a thing that keeps happening. There's a lot of people that call monochrome black and white, even though it isn't. And if I click on you, spectral color, monochromatic light, monochromatic radiation. In physics, monochromatic radiation is radiation with a single constant frequency or wavelength. There's nothing about black and white. Radiation is red and green and blue. For electromagnetic radiation, when that frequency is part of the visible spectrum or near it, the term monochromatic light is often used. When that frequency is part of the visible spectrum or near it. Now wait a minute. If you have electromagnetic radiation that's close to the visible light spectrum and you look at it, what happens? Because if it's close to the spectrum, that means it's not on the spectrum, which means you can't see it. But if it's close to the spectrum, do you get the secret 5th color? Because I'd love to be able to see the secret 5th color. When monochromatic radiation propagate as opposed to a non-propagate, non-OSHA compliant gate, a violation gate. It's the vacuum gates. When monochromatic radiation gatekeeps vacuums or homogeneous transparent mediums, that's where you get the 5th color. Big radiation is trying to keep the secret 5th color away from you by gatekeeping the vacuums. You have to go find a vacuum and stick a bunch of monochromatic radiation in it. Then you will see that, well, yeah, I mean, you won't, yeah, you would. At first, I don't know why I thought vacuums were like strong enough to take light with them. That's a black hole. But definitely, big radiation is onto you and onto me. They want to take our 5th colors away. And of course, as we all know, the first color is red, the second color is green, the third color is blue, and 4th color is light. And that's the 4 colors. And then the 5th color, that's the secret one. Did you know in your eyes, You have an extra cone cell specifically made for the 5th color. It's XL cones. And that's where the, that's, you know, 5. No radiation can be totally monochromatic. That's what they want you to think. True monochromatic radiation would give you the 5th color. And refraction, where is it? Otherwise it suffers refraction. Okay, oh yeah, buddy, yeah. Because a wave with infinite, what did you say? A wave with infinite duration can suffer refraction. All right, I see how it is. Because all it's gonna do is it's gonna bounce off of a surface, hit a different surface, and then hit that surface, and then bounce off the other one, and then keep bouncing across the room and filling the entire room with infinite radiation because of the infinite duration. So it's never going to run out. And that's what the 5th color is. Monochromatic radiation can be produced by a number of methods. Newton. He named a thing after him. You know when you punch someone, that's him. That's Isaac Newton. Whenever something of yours breaks, that's Isaac Newton right there. He has nothing to do with light, with eyes. He has something to do with punch. They spelled meter wrong. They spelled meter. It's meter, not mitre. Go to spectroscopy. Well, I right-clicked. And well, I guess we're on a spectrometer. A spectrometer is a scientific instrument used to separate and measure spectral components of a physical phenomenon. Spectrometer is a broad term often used to describe instruments that measure a continuous variable of a phenomenon where the spectral components are somehow mixed. What do you mean somehow? Isn't this your job to figure it out? Through some divine methods that we're not really sure of. They mix together. I don't know. What am I, a fucking spectrometer? What am I, a spectroscopist? Haha. That sounds like a fake job title for fake job people. Up top. Why does everything go back to physics? Why can't everything go back to like hot dogs? Hot dog. A hot dog is a grilled, steamed, or boiled sausage served in a slit of a particularly sliced bun. The term hot dog can also refer to the sausage itself. Make up your fucking mind. I just cannot with these liberals. Condiments include mustard, ketchup, relish, onions and tomato sauce, and cheese sauce. Onions and tomato sauce, or onions in tomato sauce. I don't know what an onion in tomato sauce is. Is that when you take a tomato, cut it in half, take an onion, put it in, squish it together, and take those, and then, or is it like on Halloween where you take the tomato, cut it in half, take the parts, scoop out the insides, put the onion in, close it back up, stitch it with yarn, put it back in the store, and then do that like 10 times, and then set up a camera to look at people buying them, taking the tomato, being like, why the fuck is this stitched, and putting it back. Is it like that? Is a topping a condiment? Let's find out. Condiment is a preparation that is added to food, typically after cooking, to enhance the flavor. A preparation, so it's something you make added to existing food. Sauerkraut is something you prepare, raw white cabbage that has been fermented, typically after cooking, yeah, to enhance the flavor, yeah, to complement the dish or to impart a specific flavor, yeah. Toppings are condiments. Onions could be described as a condiment if you consider dicing it enough, which I do. Jalapenos are nuts, you don't do anything. Chili, definitely. Grated cheese. If diced onions are condiments, grated cheese is definitely one. Coleslaw, this one's fine. Bacon, definitely. Olives, no. Hot dog variants include the corn dog! A corn dog, also spelled corn dog. All right, that's enough. I realize now I was on the simple English version of color. Now I know simple English is meant to be simple, and it's meant to describe things in a simple way, but it's so funny the way that they say things. I know this is, I know what they're doing. Colors are sometimes added to food. Food coloring is used to color food. That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Also, what's up with this list? The following are the most common color names. Red, yep. Orange, yep. Yellow, yep. Green, yep. Cyan, yep. Blue, yep. Magenta, yep. Purple, yep. Lavender, yep. Lilac, yep. That's a plant. White, yep. Black, yep. Gray, yep. Silver, that's a metal. Pink, yep. Maroon, that's a guy. Brown, yep. Beige, yep. Tan, yep. Peach, that's a fruit. Lime, that's a fruit. Olive, that's a fruit. Turquoise, yep. Teal, yep. Navy blue, that's an army. Indigo, yep. Violet, yep. What the fuck is chartreuse? Chartreuse. What the fuck? Whoa! 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 The list. I was not expecting Wikipedia to become so colorful. To be fair, I am on the page of a color. Because what was I expecting? Go, bunny, go! Color sick. Sick? What do you mean sick? This is how you spell color. Color. Sorry. Who gets to name all these colors? Can I name a color? Winter pear? I believe that one. Citron. Olive. Avocado. Dark olive. Black olive. These are all fruits again. List of colors. Yeah, no, that's all the colors. Wow, it's still going. Shit, there's that many colors? Damn, okay. I was not expecting that many colors. Do I have to learn all of these? Go to real English. Oh, no, I'm worried now. I think there's gonna be more colors. Oh, no, that's too many colors. This is way too many colors. That's so many colors. Oh my god, it's not even, that wasn't even the... Beautiful? Why the fuck does this bring me to Crayola? Celeste! 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 Sky Blue video game. Celeste is a 2018 platform video game developed and published by indie studio Mandy Makes Games. The player controls the player character Madeline, a young woman with anxiety and depression who endeavors to climb Celeste Mountain, a fictional version of Mount Celeste. She climbs Celeste Mountain, which in reality is Mountain Celeste. Super Mario Bros. 3 Bouldering. I didn't mean to click on that. Well, we're on Super Mario Bros. There. I meant to click on Bouldering. Is a 1988 platform game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System (NES). It was released in Japan on October 23rd, 1988, in North America on February 12th, 1999, and in Europe on August 29th, 1991. You ever notice how they never released it in South America or Africa or Australia or Oceania or anything like that? Or Asia, for that matter. Or the Arctic. The penguins want to play Mario 3. Mario Bros. 3 was remade for the SNES? When? 1993? I'm 33 years late. Nobody fucking told me. Why did none of you tell me that Mario 3 was remade for the SNES? Why is this image funny to me? Why is this image funny to me? A gameplay screenshot of Super Mario Bros. 3 showing Mario donning the raccoon suit. Hell yeah, Wikipedia. It's not even... Yeah, that did a lot. Damn, does this player suck or what? They have one card. And this is 1-3 or 1-2? Damn, I gave Mario an epic eye. Why doesn't Nintendo just do this? He looks so much cooler. Mario for the Atari 2600. It was so far back that the ancient Egyptians were still a thing. They would have loved this. They would have loved this version of Mario. Super Mushroom. Wait, what? Why does clicking on Super Mushroom bring you to the Mario? Super Mario Bros. 3 introduces suits to the Super Mario series. Why is Mario 3 the funniest Mario game? They introduced businessman suits. They made Mario business drip. In Super Mario Bros. 3, Mario was seen sporting a epic tie. Invincibility? Wait, why is this? Invincibility is an effect first appearing in Super Mario Bros., where it is granted by a superstar, a yellow flashing star with eyes originally known as the Starman, and also called the Rainbow Star. Picking up the star makes the character temporarily invincible, able to resist any harm. Use of the item is accompanied by a distinctive music track that appears consistently across most of the games. Appears consistently. Sometimes, in Super Mario 64 and 64 DS, invincibility is provided when the character becomes metal or intangible. Okay, I'm not even gonna try and explain how you turn into metal in that game. Metal become! You press the button that says hold on. If you press the B button, you'll become metal. On a DS, the B button is reserved for turning into metal. Why is that not on the Wikipedia page? See, look. I'm metal. Wait a minute. These are bigger text. So you're telling me rideable animals, projectiles, and power-ups and transformations are less important than invincibility, because in Super Mario 64 and 64 DS, you can press the B button to become metal. Let's click warp. I did not know this is a warp, also known as a warp, or warp is an element in video game design that allows a player character to warp. Though it is unclear which video game first made use of teleportation areas or devices, the element has been traced back to MUDs, where it allowed connected rooms to not be topologically correct if necessary. Yeah, no, this just looks like an excuse to not program your game correctly. Oh yeah, no, there's a warp in this room. That's why my game decided to curve right directly into the starting room. But I don't want you to go back there because the room that was just generated is the boss room. To the warp zone you go. How do I random page? Random article. Battle of Pamo! From the Yoruba perspective, the Battle of Pamo was a pivotal encounter during the protracted conflict between the... This is politics. I'm so underwhelmed. I expected nothing and I'm underwhelmed. Alberic Dis... Sure, man. Somebody send this video to him. Yo, hey, man. I think you're sick as fuck. Rowing? That's like when you go gently down the stream. Merrily so. All right, next. A tank! The Object 292 or Object 292 is an experimental tank of Design Bureau of the Kirov plant and scientists of the All-Russian Research Institute Transmat. I fucking knew it. Those goddamn Russians were trans this whole time. Well, 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 you can't hide from me anymore, woke people. That's what you are, you're people, because you're woke. Anti-tank capacity was improved in such a way that the tank could potentially engage and destroy any Western tank of the time at battle distance with a single shot. Did a Russian write this? Look, all I'm saying, our tank is so fucking cool. We built this in 1990. Way too late to serve in any world wars, but like, all I'm saying, long distance, one-shots all of the American tanks. Probably because they're all from 1950. 2026 Signal Super Strikers Women's Season? That's from this year! Where is this? The Philippines is the 14th season of the Signal Super Strikers Women's team, 6th in the Premier Volleyball League, and 6th in professional volleyball. Damn, only half of these people have a Wikipedia article. Liberals? Oh my god, Hitler! All Filipino Conference. Huh? Why, what? The All Filipino Conference? Wait, I gotta see what this is. The 2026 Premier Volleyball League All Filipino Conference is the first conference of the 2026 Premier Volleyball League season. And the 10th running of the All What is this? Conference is a... Why am I stupid? Conference is like a thing where people meet up to like sell their AI slop business, right? That's what a conference is. God damn it, AI's taking fucking sports jobs too. I can't even go out and play volleyball anymore. It's gotta be fucking throw AI. Introducing the brand new Sand AI. It's able to throw the ball back at you. That's it, $20 million. All right, next. Evan Watkins, I gotta stop getting people. I don't wanna get people anymore. I wanna get Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Or color. I want to go back to the 5th color. The shadow government wants me to, does not want me to know what the 5th color is, but I know what it is. I haven't seen it yet. I just know it exists. And now you know it exists too. Evan William Watkins, 3rd, 4th, 1882. What? Okay, we gotta do some math here. So he's in the 3rd, 4th of 1882. The 4th is, it's the 3rd, 4th. So it's 7, 8, 9. It's the fucking July, August, September. So he was born somewhere in July, August, September. Yeah, I don't know why they had us. Maybe he's a mathematician. This is how he wanted himself to be remembered. Was a Welsh rugby union and professional rugby league footballer who played in the 1900s and a cricketer who played in the 1900s and 1910s. He played at the club level at Rugby League RL for Warrington as a wing. So wait a minute. So if he played as a wing in the 1900s and flight was invented in 1903, he may have been a wing and flown before the first aircraft, which could be huge. This guy, born sometime in 1882, died 9th of January 1956, could probably have been the first powered flying aircraft. I knew this video wasn't a waste. We figured out who the true first flyer was. Damn, fuck them Wright brothers, am I right?
And with the Wright brothers defeated, all was well at Wikipedia land, and our hero could return to their residence, safe and sound. This is the part of the video where I speculate what will happen if this video blows up. Obviously, I will do a sequel, but I will also do this live. If you see this video getting a lot of traction, there's probably gonna be a pinned comment telling you about the live stream. I'll even accept viewer articles that you guys think could make for a funny laugh. If you like all that, then make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. And hype it. Great verbiage, YouTube. Thank you for watching, and as the Wikipedia page for sleep says, have a good night.